What's good, y'all? I'll wait till some more people come in. I've had a very, very frustrating day. Whew. I'm hoping all the Terence Crawford fans that are in my comments consistently, my man, Bud's gonna stop Spence, MD Mills. Where's Bud beat Easy Road Spence? T Mills, Legacy Boxing, Hallway. I need all y'all dudes to report to this stream, man. We're gonna have it out today. We're gonna have it out today. Everybody that's constantly in my comments, come on. I need you to show up. You. All of y'all. Every last one of y'all. That was my Denzel impression, by the way. All y'all got to show up. I give it like one more minute. See if everybody show up. Wait, let me read the names in the comments, man. These are the people I need to pull up, man. Like I said, T Mills. My man MD's in here. My Burnell Hall. I need Burnell to pull up. Legacy Boxing. Yeah, man, I need y'all to pull up, man. We're gonna have it out today. I mean, K Swan, him. Yeah. What's good, fellas? Just do. What up? My man E, what's good? My man D Luckett. Yeah. Where's Hallway at? Yeah, where's Hallway? I need Hallway to report. Where's Bud beats Easy Road Spence? All right. Oh, he changed his name? Find his ass, man. Find him, yo. Everybody that's been in my comments. All right. Hallway, my man. Hallway is the reason why I did this fucking live, right? There is a disconnect between Terence Crawford Hardcore fans and YSM Sports Media. There is a severe disconnect, and I've been seeing this over the last year. So I have a friend of mine, right? Oh, Rob, you need New Jack City Mill? I should have wore black, man. I should have wore black. There's a friend of mine. When I first started out on YouTube, there was a guy that I would constantly see in Facebook groups, right? His name's Bushido, right? And if you ever watch this channel, really, really good content, big Terence Crawford fan. Bushido's Boxing, check him out. You got Bushido's Boxing, you got Bushido's Boxing TV. So we started out together. Like, I remember reaching out to him. We had less than 100 subscribers. And I used to see him and argue with him in Facebook all the time. But be that as is made, that's been my man for like 5 years, 4 or 5 years since I started out. And I would go on his panels and I would say my piece, give my thoughts about numerous topics, but he does a lot of Terence Crawford stuff. So I would talk about the Errol Spence negotiations. I would talk about the potential fight. And whole nine, right? So Shido he's a loyal guy, and Shido rides with Crawford through and through. For me, I'm more so indifferent. Like I was a Terence Crawford guy, um, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Now, he's a good fighter, but I'm not really like a fan. Ever since I got in the media, I stopped really being fans of guys. Being that these are guys I constantly cover, these are fellow colleagues, so I don't really see it that same way, right? I'm more so fans of guys, in the past, Ray Leonard, Andre Ward, Floyd, dudes like that, Juan Manuel Marquez, guys like that. Doing what I do, you can't really be a fan of a guy anymore. You just can't. You have to remain neutral, even though a lot of guys feel like I'm not. So be that as it may, I would go on his panels, and I would get a lot of heat from Crawford fans because I feel like a lot of fans are looking for confirmation bias and not what's real. And what's real is the um, the business of boxing. The business of boxing is something that it's not. Fans don't really understand it, and it's not for love. Business is business. My Bud going to stop Spence. You're a Boots fan. Boots is my peoples, so I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? Not a fan. He's a fighter that I cover. I think Boots is the next big thing. Not a fan, really. I'm not really a fan of anybody anymore. Yeah. So, uh, and don't get it wrong, I like fighters, but once you become a journalist, and that's initially what my title was. I started out writing before I started reporting. Once you become a journalist and reporter, you have to separate the two. YSM Sports Media, like, yeah, you got to separate that. So it was definitely like a long transition. But uh I would get a lot of heat from Crawford fans because they didn't necessarily agree. They didn't agree with what I was referring to with the business of boxing. They didn't when I talked about the splits or who might have been holding stuff up or which deal I thought was fair, which deal I thought wasn't. The 35% was actually a good deal. Why you shouldn't take the 25 million from the hedge fund. And the funny thing is, all the heat I got, all the criticism I got while being on those panels and saying my piece, Terence Crawford ended up saying in his last press run. Everything that Crawford fans argued with me about, said I was a hater, said I said I was a Spence fan, right? Never been a Spence fan. Like I'm on record, I call Spence the plain hoagie. It's not my style of fighting. He's a good fighter, but it's not really what I'm used to. That's straight up and down. Like that's not my shit. It's not what we do here in Philly. So, but because I didn't agree with whatever Crawford was saying, automatically you're a fan of somebody else. You're a hater. No, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. And Terence Crawford ended up seeing the other side, and now he's well versed in business. And I felt like the second go around did a really good job in those negotiations. But I say all that to say this. I am extremely tired of Terence Crawford fans in my comments. Extremely. And not I'm more so speaking of a certain type of fan. Right? Today, I was told that I should be sued for defamation. Well, actually deformation. Dude couldn't spell for shit. But I should be sued for defamation. And another guy also commented on that thread and said that he was going to report my channel. All for me doing an interview with Manager Marty, who's a friend of mine. Shouts out to Manager Marty in this channel. But all doing an interview and me asking Manager Marty, why does he keep bringing up snack in the snack program when analyzing Terence Crawford defeat of Errol Spence? Now, for me and Manager Marty, we don't agree with that sentiment. I don't think that it's fair that you keep bringing it up. And I'm on record saying that me and Marty's had that conversation. It's not necessarily fair if he hasn't tested positive. It shouldn't be brought up because it has an undertone to it. And everybody knows what that undertone is when it comes to victim contact. The undertone is that if you are associated with Snack, you are a dirty fighter. Or there should be question marks or asterisks. To me, that's not fair. If you pass the test, there should be no criticism in my book, right? I do not censor my interviews. For everybody in here, I do not censor my interviews, nor do I agree with everything that is said. I respect everybody that I'm interviewing. As long as you don't regurgitate any race rhetoric or talk super greasy about people, I'm good. You say your piece. If you say you're gonna knock a guy out, I may think you're gonna get your fucking ass whipped. But I'm entitled you to say your piece. If you feel like there's an issue going on with Snack, you say your piece. If you feel like there's an issue going on with Al, you say your piece. If you feel like there's an issue going on with Bob, you say your piece. I don't censor my interviews so you can get that person's perspective. YSM Sports Media is not about me. My name is Jamil Parker. It is not the Jamil Parker Show. It's plenty of channels and platforms that whoever owns it or they're the star. I'm not the star of this. Rob Acosta is the star of this. Greg Hackett, Jerron Ennis, Bozie Ennis, Coach Rell, Paul Crawl, Tamir Smalls. They're the Stephen Fulton. They're the stars of this channel. Whoever I'm covering at the time, they're the star. And I wanted to design it specifically for that. You're getting their perspective, their opinion, how they feel, not how I feel. How I feel is fucking irrelevant. I don't box. I used to play ball. I don't play ball anymore. You came to hear the experts. They are the experts. That's what I give y'all. But it seems like a certain group of fans, they don't want the truth. They want confirmation bias. You're not going to find that here. Plenty of other channels that you can find that if you just want to hear about how great Terence Crawford is, or how great Shakur Stevenson is, or how great Devin Haney is. No, you're going to get some dudes on there that says they're going to get their ass whipped. He ain't that good. I'll beat his ass, et cetera, et cetera. I've even, I get a lot of criticism for my Boots interviews from Terence Crawford fans. He wants to fight. That's what he's supposed to want. You consistently criticizing a young fighter for wanting his shot at the title. You can't be that much of a fan of a guy that get mad that a 26-year-old that's never won his first world title, he wants his shot. You should be applauding him. He wants to face the best. Terence Crawford right now is the number one fighter at 147 pounds. He's the guy. He wants him. That should be commended, not criticized, not minimized. But I digress. Like I said, we have a miscommunication. You got dudes thinking, I hate Terence Crawford. Nah. First off, he's my brother. First and foremost, he's my brother. I don't have no hate towards my brothers. Secondly, I don't know him enough for him to have anything, for him to do anything to me, for me to dislike him, for me to hate on him. No. I analyze what I see. I'm going to give my opinion, my perspective. See, again, in the comments, right? Poem, bro. F my channel. You and Marty built y'all name hating on Crawford. Right? And again in the comments, right? So essentially what I'm going to start doing is just blocking dudes from the channel just altogether. But I built my channel from hating on Terence Crawford. My channel was popping. My channel was popping before like the whole Spence and Crawford thing became a whole saga. It was. My channel's built off of Philly. It ain't built off of hating on no Terence Crawford. All right, poem, bro. If it's F the channel, then beast. Anyway, like I said, my channel was built off of Philly boxing and what we have to offer and what we bring to boxing. And that's what I'm known for, right? Greg loves Terence Crawford. You know how many Greg Hagan interviews I do a week? Coach Rell loves Terence Crawford. You know how many interviews I do with Coach Rell a week? Raymond Ford loves Terence Crawford. I gotta show my man some love real fast. How much of a chance do I give Nair Albright versus Keyshawn? Wu's a live dog in any fight. Wu can box, good jab. Keyshawn has a hell of a pedigree. Wu's coming off the biggest win of his career. I give Wu a chance. Can't wait to see it. But anyway, let me back to the topic at hand. I'm tired of seeing dudes in the comments, yo. Like every interview I'll put up, if the person is talking about, if he's analyzing the fight and saying he sees something wrong with Errol Spence, you know what I get in my comments? Oh, did you go hating on Crawford again? You're a hater. That is that man's perspective, yo. In some fans' eyes, I literally sift through the comments. Well, I'm sorry, not I sift through all the interviews I do and just put out the ones that where guys make excuses for Spence or guys, say a denigrating thing about Crawford, which nobody really has. It's probably one guy that has the Crawford smoke, and y'all know who that is. I ain't gotta tell y'all, but forget every interview I've ever done where somebody said Terence Crawford would smash Errol Spence, Terence Crawford would beat Jerron Ennis, or Terence Crawford would beat Canelo. That's their opinion. I don't have to agree. I don't have to agree with whoever I'm interviewing to shine a light on them and what they think. And that's a shame, Scotty. It's a shame, and I'm inclined to agree with you. It's a shame that's the case. Like, what happened to us just loving boxing, right? If I like Boots, and I think Boots would beat Crawford, and you think Crawford, like me and my man Shido, we chop it up all the time. I tell him, like, Boots gonna knock your man out, and I stand on that. I think Jerron Ennis is going to knock out Terence Crawford or Errol Spence if he ever fought him. If you want to tell me Terence Crawford is going to knock out Boots, cool. Terence Crawford is a hell of a fighter. He's capable of beating Boots. Boots is a hell of a fighter. He's capable of beating Crawford. I think how I think. You think how you think. Come fight night, we'll see who's right. We'll see who's wrong. I don't understand where all the extra shit's coming from, yo. I don't get that. It's getting on my fucking nerves. Got dudes in my comments. Like, that man never did nothing to me. I cover the sport. I give you my perspective. If we talking about business, I'm going to give you a business perspective. This yesterday, if I'm Terence Crawford, I'm not fighting Jerron Ennis. I'm not going to do that. I stick to my points, right? If we talking business, I'm going to look at the situation, high risk, low reward for the other fights that's out there. If I can get a Canelo fight, I can get a Charlo fight. Those are bigger fights. Now, if I can't get either one of those fights, then Jerron Ennis would be my next best option. But as long as those fights are out there, as long as those fights are on the table, that's what I'm going to look towards. That's me being honest. And I am always honest. It's just that y'all don't like what I'm saying. It may not agree with the narrative that you believe, but somehow I'm a hater. No. And next time, if you ever on Bushido's boxing, if you're a Bushido's boxing guy, if you ever ask him, we have these talks all the time. I'll send him clips of what's in my comment section. Like y'all just saw an example of dudes that's in my comments. F me. Like look at that. This is what I get in the comments. This is what I get. So essentially, this is where we at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. But I wanted to have a talk with all of y'all, so y'all have a greater understanding of my perspective in this whole situation before I start banning dudes. You're not gonna be in my comments talking reckless. You're not. We either keep it about the sport or get the fuck off. There's plenty of other channels that rock out with that fanboy ideology. This isn't one of them. This channel isn't about me or what the fuck I think. I ask questions that I feel like the public want to know. They give me answers. They give me their perspective. Simple as that. Yeah, hit the like button, man. It's a couple of dudes I can't really stand, yo. I can't really stand on here. That's always in the comments. Like I said, I'm banning you from now on. And it's not, I got a dude that comes in here all the time that we disagree, right? He's the biggest Terence Crawford fan, but that's my man. Like, I don't know him. He comes in, he says his piece, he leaves, and I appreciate the viewership. Even if you disagree with me, I appreciate you. If you watched 1 second of one video, I appreciate you. Until you come with some ridiculous shit. F me, F Philly. Like, what does that have to do with what we talking about? Bud gonna stop Spence. He disagrees with everything. Everything. Like, Boots drops interview. Oh man, Bud and knock him out. All right, cool. Like, it's not an issue with me. It's not. That's his perspective. As long as he ain't disrespecting nobody, I'm good. And I appreciate him. And I know if I drop some Greg Hackett stuff, if I drop some Boot stuff, some Bozy stuff, here he comes talking his shit. And shit, talking. I want you to. I want you to talk your shit. Now, are there channels out there that I feel like go too hard on Bud and aren't fair? Yeah. Yeah, there's some channels that are really agenda based. Channels that hate on Wilder. There's channels that hate on Bud. There's channels that hate on Spence. There's channels that hate on Boots. There's channels that hate on Canelo. And I'm not with that shit. This channel is built on love, right? I love what I do. I love sports. I try to have people on here that love what they do. It is not a hate channel. That's not what it's designed for. If somebody gives their perspective, I'm going to let them give it. But that's not what this is designed for. It's not. Like, I love my real viewers, guys that come, that want to be educated, that want to learn, even if you disagree. Even if you disagree. Hey, yo, the way dudes be talking in the comments, like, yo, be like, now, I guess the dude got multiple accounts. I'm about all that. All of it. Yo, a misconception. You see a dude with a camera and all of a sudden he's some kind of nerd or something. I'm about all that. So if you want to feel froggy, jump. You'll get everything you ask for, along with this bandit, because this ain't about Jamil Parker. But yeah, you'll get everything you ask for. I'll be at fights. You'll get everything you ask for. My man Damone Daniels. Yeah, but that's basically it, yo. Like I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the nonsense. Right? That's not what this channel was built on. Built on love. If you don't agree with what somebody saying in an interview, speak your piece. Don't watch it. Here we go. Been waiting on you. Been waiting on you. Philadelphia's own Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez. You a Crawford hater, bro. You lie on the man. Never clean up the lies. All right. Tell me something that I lied about Terence Crawford. Oh, you said I lied and said he never got paid. I said he didn't get paid as of yet. He didn't get paid in full as of yet. That's a fact. That's with the Black Prime shit. And then I did, as soon as he got paid, as soon as I got word that he got paid in full, right? Because the people on the card hadn't got fully paid. And I specified that though. And as soon as they got paid, I put that out. Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez. You can check the dates. But it says a lot that that's your name too. And shouts out, he's from Philly. I think you train in Shula Gym, right? Philly boy, man. Thumbs up. But yeah, I've been waiting on you. You was the last dude I was waiting on. Yeah. That's how you feel, Johnny? Here we go. Now, this is a trainer. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm a hater. It took a while, being that they were a new startup, it took a while for everybody to get paid. But that happens. And all I did was report it. But in your feelings, come on, Bud. What is it, Bud? Bud, what did we change his name? Is Bud beats Canelo Alvarez? It seems like whoever he fights, you change your name to. Okay, if that's how you want to roll. My man Hallway, who I made this live for, because I was tired of going back and forth all the way. All that typing, nah, too much. Why is some at the end of the day? I don't agree with everything, but the channel has good content. You enjoy listening. So let's have no misunderstanding. Yeah, bro, I'm straight. I'm straight. I wanted you to hear from the horse's mouth exactly how I feel. Right? I got nothing against that man, bro. He's a great fighter. Anything I've ever said is analytical. It has no malice behind it. If I said I felt like he should have took the 35%, that's my opinion. I can't tell. I can't, at the end of the day, I may feel that's a good deal, but I've always said and also stood by the fact that I can't tell that man what his worth is. But just don't say that they ducking you. It's that simple. If you chose to go take the Black Prime deal, fine. Just don't say they ducking you. They're not. And he spun the block. They rumbled. He whipped Spence's ass. Cool. Let's go. Let me see my Show my man some love. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Dirty Red, the boxing head. Is Bozy the official trainer for Andy Cruz? Yes, he is. Andy Cruz is back in camp. Yeah, Karma. They tried to put the white man's paperwork on. Oh man, they definitely tried. $1 million question, Damone. All right, so to be fair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate. I'm going to say modern era because it's hard for me to compare or to put Terence Crawford over Ezra Charles, Archie Moore, like fucking Willie Pep, Ray Robinson. They have so many fights. So I'm going to say modern era. I'm going to say 1965 and on. 1965, 1970 and on. If he goes up three divisions and beat Canelo Alvarez, top 10, top 5, top 10 all time of that modern era, I think that would be fucking Superman feat. Like that's some Henry Armstrong shit. And if y'all don't know, Henry Armstrong moved up from 135, 147 into 160. So that's that type shit. That's some super legendary shit. All right, so off the hook. I ain't been low key fanning it. I wanted to address dudes that were criticizing Terence Crawford's performance and labeling it and putting that snack undertone under his performance. Constantly bringing up snack, constantly bringing up snack, and I addressed it in there. If you watch the interview, if you watch the joint I did with Greg and the joint I did with Marty, I expressed how I felt about it. I expressed that it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to put that asterisk under it. By you constantly mentioning snack, it has a certain tone to it. It's like you're trying to insinuate something. As long as he passed the test, can't say shit. So, but I don't understand the logic. But you're a supporter, but we don't agree on that. Like you may agree that I shouldn't bring it up, but if I feel like that it's a topic that should be addressed, I'm going to address it. I don't agree with that rhetoric, and I could just sit idly by it, not say shit. But no, I chose to give my perspective. My perspective is, if that man didn't test positive, stop bringing up snack. Stop bringing up snack in a certain manner. And we all know what that manner is. Very simple. My brother Juan. Okay, where do I put Bo Mac in trainer of the year talks? Keyshawn's had a good year. Buzz had a good year. Um, who else does he have? Steven Nelson. He fought kind of like a tune-up. Um, I don't know. I gotta see. I mean, he's definitely in the conversation, but I have to see how the rest of the year plays out. I would say he's like in top three, but there's been other guys that had good years and whatnot. So if he knocks off Spence again in spectacular fashion, Keyshawn puts on a spectacular performance against Nair Albright. Yeah, Okay, Boots' entire team called Bud a sucker for taking the Ava fight and made excuses for Tank, bro. I don't know what excuses that they made for Tank. And if they wanted to criticize Terence Crawford for fighting David Avenesian, they're entitled to. Shit, you don't say nothing when Bernie criticizes Boots every time he throws on a live stream. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now you just don't want me to do interviews with Boots talking about how he wants to fight Terence Crawford, or maybe that they didn't think that David Avenesian was a good opponent and that they wanted to fight him instead. You, like I said, look at your name, bro. You don't want the truth. You don't want somebody's perspective, somebody's honest perspective. You want confirmation bias. You want everybody to see the way that you see it. And that's not what we're here for. You got your own channel. So I don't worry about the shit that you put out. Don't worry about what I put out. You put out exactly how you want to put out, where Terence Crawford's going to be this person, Terence Crawford's going to be that person. I'm going to do interviews and I'm going to get that person's truth. That's where we differ. You do you, I do me. My boy Juan, what's good, Juan? Excuses for Earl. Appreciate the super dollar. Appreciate the super chat, bro. I'm stuttering. Sure. Appreciate you. They coming for you, Easy Road. You got to do something, baby. Do I really think Al is going to feed Boots to Bud? You smoking crack? Well, first, Boots isn't signed to Al. That's number one. And number two, if you want to look at it from that perspective, maybe Bud's going to get fed poison. I'm just saying. You talking about Boots, feeding him to Bud? Yeah, that's going to be a vial of poison. It ain't going to go down well. All right, so with Mario Barrios fighting Ugas, that leaves guys like Butaev, Thurman, Mean Machine, Stanionis. That leaves guys like that. Yo, 147-pound division is kind of dry right now. It's kind of dry. Virgil moved up. Connor been dealing with his PD stuff. Rashidi took a loss. Just beat Villa. It's kind of dry. I'm gonna try to speed through. I'm not instigating hate. If Terence Crawford decides to fight David Avenesian, is that not news? Do you not want to hear people's perspective? Or wait, you only want to hear the perspectives that are going to be positive in what Crawford does? See, that's not journalism. I just had Blair Cobbs on the other day, and he said that Boots doesn't stand a fucking chance. Still put that up. Like I said, you run your channel how you want to run it. I'm going to put up multiple perspectives, and I'm going to let the people decide who they feel is right, who they feel is wrong. That's a good point, Rob. Boots has never lost a round. 31 fights. My man JD Blanca lost at least 3. You weren't the judge for the fight. If you go back and you look, it's 12-0. Leave Crawford alone. He's my favorite. Again, bro. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Again, appreciate the super chat. But again, I got nothing against that man. If news happens, I'm going to interview somebody, and whatever they say, they say. Very simple. Hey, bro, how many, like, yo, how many accounts do you have, my nigga? Damn. How many accounts you have, bro? Are you making accounts as we speak? Yeah, this shit is creepy. This dude done made like 7, 8. Yo, this shit is wild, man. Y'all take this boxing shit too far. Bernie the Boxer actually isn't a fan of boxing. He's a coach. And again, he has his perspective. I'm not on Bernie's channel like, oh man, you shouldn't put this video up, bro. That's his perspective. I don't care. Terence Crawford is getting the love that he finally, he finally deserves. And I'm glad that you're showing love to that brother. But again, do that on your channel. Like, don't tell me how to run my shit. And, and that's my only beef. You should do it. My man NH, hey, what's good? On one of his lives, Marty agreed with one of his hosts that Bud was on PEDs. It's beyond suggestions, insinuations, or undertones at this point. Oh, I didn't see that, bro. I didn't see that. If a dude don't test positive, I cannot label him on steroids, and I don't think that anybody else should. It's not fair. That's not fair. And he stopped Errol Spence. Now, do I think that there was situations where Earl Smith that made it look that way? Yeah. The layoff, you staying at 47, but those are all things that's his fault. So once you step in that ring, you got your fucking ass whipped, you got your ass whipped. Now, if I'm going to analyze the fight and I'm going to say what I saw, but at the end of the day, PEDs had nothing to Terence Crawford passed that test. The PEDs had nothing to do with him dish ragging Spence for 9 rounds. He beat his ass pillar to post. Hey, Johnny, I ain't even staying over here long, yo. Now, off the hook, you don't want me to bring it up. That's not your call. If somebody out here is saying something and I feel like it's relevant, my fans, obviously you're here for a reason. So you feel passionately about that particular topic. So he said his piece, I said mine. You said yours. Bro, did you make another page? Yo. Oh my gosh. Well, this just isn't a boxing channel. This is a sports channel. Again, that's Marty's perspective. It's not mine. If dudes don't dudes don't test positive, I got nothing to say. And this just in, not everybody that you see with a snack shirt actually uses snack products. Some guys are paid to endorse. I don't know if Terence Crawford is using it or not using the products. I don't know if Android is using it or not using it. I don't know if Caleb Plant uses or not using it. Just because you see somebody with a shirt on doesn't mean they actually use the products. Like just because somebody is paid to endorse KFC, that doesn't mean they eat KFC. Oh man, I would love for Boots to do more interviews. I would love for Boots to do more interviews. And I can't say if he should or not, but shit, I would love it. And people want to hear from him. Um, even though like the interviews, he's like, I ain't gonna say he's shy, but he's kind of like straight to the point. I wish he could show like more of his personality and how we see him in Philly or how he is at the gym, because he's actually fucking hilarious. But he really doesn't show that he's hilarious in the interviews. He's like all business, like want to look sharp, want to put on a good performance. But the kid's fucking hilarious, yo. Exactly. It's like Conte said. He has regular supplements and he has undetected specific PEDs. And it's not for me to determine which one somebody's on and which one they aren't. It's not my job. That's WADA, USADA, Nevada State Athletic Commission, all the commissions. So if you tested positive, in my mind, I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to insinuate anything. I'm just not. Now we got a strength and conditioning coach in the house. PEDs won't beat skill and talent. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, yo, he's the expert, bro. I'm like, he can carry it that way. He knows the science. I can't. I can't. Like, Boots has a lot of similarities to young Crawford in terms of being personal with media. We were like, I don't remember early Crawford interviews. So, like, I don't know how he was early in his career, but Crawford was a bit standoffish. He was a bit standoffish like a couple years back, but now, you know, now he's like a veteran, does interviews flawlessly. And like the more and more he shows his personality, the more and more fans are starting to get behind him. I disagree, MD, but shit, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Shouts out to my man E. He's one of my biggest supporters, man. Appreciate E so much, yo. Like no matter what I drop, E's there. And any y'all in the comments, man, I appreciate y'all. Outside of like the two hating balls, like, and I disagree with Bud, Bud Easy Road Spence. Still my brother, but we disagree. I'm like, in his mind, if I put on somebody that thinks Crawford's gonna lose, I'm a hater. But I mean, it is what it is. PJ, that's how I go though. Kobe's question, Mike's question, Bron's question, Ali was questioned at some point in time. Floyd's get questions. Like, are we expect Terence Crawford not to? I'm definitely going to start a podcast. Me and Greg Hackett had something in the works, so we just got to just iron everything out, and see, NH, when you say this, right? Best bum basher, right? Sergey Lipin is a bum. Thomas Delorme went 12 in a competitive fight, arguably beat Stadiums. He's a bum. Castillo Clayton's undefeated. He's a bum. About Roman Villa. Ask Rashidi Ellis if Roman Villa is a bum. But why? Pound for pound, he lost the fight. He lost the fight to a superior fighter. You shouldn't stop being a fan. Like you shouldn't stop being a fan of Earl because he lost the fight. It happens. The best of lost. I seen Ali get his ass whipped. No, shot. It's the sport that basketball is my favorite sport. I'm a former basketball player, but boxing is probably the easiest sport to get your feet wet in. I would say boxing is number two. Basketball is always going to be my number one. Basketball is where my heart is, and essentially, I'm kind of learning boxing as I go. And luckily, I have guys like Rob Acosta. You know what I'm saying? Mill City, the boxing expert. Not a lot of people, and I put the quotation marks because we always tease my man Mill City, because in his mind, right? In his mind, he's the greatest. He's the greatest boxing mind. But in actuality, like I don't know if you ever see him shadow box. Like Mill City can fight. He definitely can fight. Real sharp for an older guy. He gonna get mad at me. That's what you get for fucking with me, calling me Jamil Haney when I come on his shit. My man Wise Hudson, salute to you for all the work that you put in. And Greg taking with Shakur and Devin's situation spot on. Rob, appreciate you. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Nah, Rob, because you be grinding me up. Yeah, he's good for an older guy. How about that, George? That's calling me Jamil Haney all the damn time. But yeah, I'm blessed to have guys like that. Like Mr. Bosey's like a walking fucking encyclopedia of boxing knowledge, especially like when he gets to talking about the Philly fighters and the fighters back in the day. Like, oh man, you got Greg Hackett, Rel, Daoud Bey, Breadman, Billy Briscoe, like Sharon Baker. Man, it's Philly. Like I am definitely blessed, man. And then on the business side, you got Lando Rosa, my man Tanner Gill, just so many dudes like taught me the business of boxing. Rachel Donaire. How much time? How much time we got left? I would say we got like another 10 minutes. Hey, yo. Let me get to this. At times, do you look at the YouTube boxing community and say, fuck yes. I am really disheartened. And I'm really disheartened for what I see from the YouTube boxing community. Fans and content creators. Dudes that make up news, dudes that lie on guys, dudes that slander guys. I ain't with that. Nah. I see exactly what these fighters go through every day. I see what these coaches go through every day. That's why I really feel some type of way when guys say I hate on this guy, I hate on that guy. I really don't. I don't. And I hate the way that dudes be carrying it, yo. You got the fans that don't want you to say anything bad about a guy. And bad, I mean critical in the sense of, oh, he should fight this guy. Or no, I feel like he should make this move. Or I feel like he didn't have his best performance. Like I ain't talking about nothing crazy, but you can't say nothing bad about their fighter, and you can't say nothing bad about whatever promotional company, and then they want to hate on PBC, and like that shit is weird to me. Like, bro, I fuck with PBC, the Zone, Top Rank, Golden Boy, anybody that puts on fights that allows me to cover fights and feed my family, I fuck with them. Rodney Rice, Manny Rivera, um, Thomas Lamana, like R&B promotions, man, Marshall, anybody around the world. I appreciate you all. Everybody brings something to the table. My man NH $2 super chat. Love boots, but not his stands. Salute though. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. I mean, podcast, right? I had Blair Cobbs on here make those insinuations in regards to of Virgil Ortiz. I had to let him say his piece though. If I'm interviewing somebody, as long as they ain't making racial remarks or and we all know there's a line. If they keep it in the realm of boxing, I'm gonna let you rock. And I even push back depending on what you say. And if you watch the interview, I push back. I told him what I agree with. I told him what I didn't agree with. I told him what I thought was fair, what I didn't think was fair. I can't tell that man what to think though. And I just can't put one way of thinking on my platform. Some people come to disagree. Some people come to agree. As long as we agree and disagree respectfully, I'm good with that though. See, brother, see. I'm on my Malcolm X shit tonight, Mill City. Subscribe to my man Mill City. Great interviews. My man Just Do Boxing was in there. Great content. Yo, these dudes is doing their thing, man. Mill City. Mill City loves YSM Sports Media, but hates on Jamil Parker every chance he get. No, I'm sorry, Jamil Haney, because that's my name. Jamil Haney's my name in his book, yo. In his mind, I'm the greatest Devin Haney fan in the history of the world. Like it don't matter. And I wanted to touch on that before we go, because we had an hour. You want to go on his live and ask him. I'm with it, bro. As long as we don't get them other boys in there, I'm definitely with it. Mill City about to take off. Yo, ain't too many dudes. Like, I haven't seen them outside of dudes like Showbiz. Ain't too many dudes hit lightning in a bottle like Mill City did. I'm gonna let y'all know. Right? Mill for dude that's only been doing this for a short amount of time. Mill City has like exceeded expectations. Exceeded. Yo, he doesn't have a journalism background, but yet he get interviews that a lot of y'all so-called experts, like the so-called experts that y'all lean towards and y'all hang on to every word. He get interviews they can't get. Check his channel out. Tell me I'm lying. And Manager Marty's my guy, right? I feel like Manager Marty is an excellent interview, whether you agree with him or not. And Manager Marty's going to teach you something. Manager Marty's going to say something controversial, whether you agree or not. In this case, me and Manager Marty, we don't agree. And that's cool, though. That's cool that we don't agree. I'm not mad at him for his position. I just don't have to like it or think that it's right or accurate. You said Mel ran off the plot twice. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna get serious real fast. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. I feel like this is going beyond boxing, and it definitely saddens me to see two guys that grew up as friends for shit to escalate. Right? Shakur and Devin was wrong in that back and forth. They both were wrong. They both need to chill. They're young men, and they may not have experience in this. We got dudes in the comments. I don't know where y'all from, but if you are from a certain type of area, you'll understand this. This has the potential to go left. When you start talking about people's loved ones and shit, it has the potential to go left. Oh, and when I see you, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna smack the shit out you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This has this has potential to go outside of the realm of boxing, outside of the realm of fight. And y'all get paid millions of dollars to fight. I understand tempers are running high. I understand that they might have said, one of them might have said something that you didn't like. But at the end of the day, bro, it's not worth it. If you really, really feel some type of way, when it's time to fight, beat that dude ass. But do it in that realm. Don't take it outside of that. There's no reason to do 20 to life. There's no reason to there's no reason to inflict bodily harm on somebody outside of boxing to where as though you could either risk your life or risk your freedom. And that's where I feel like this has the potential to go. I hope somebody sits them both down and checks them, because this is one of those situations where you need your old heads. And I hope the old heads get to these kids. And if I knew them, if I had a personal relationship with them, if they were one of my guys, they would definitely be getting a phone call. Or I might have to pull up to your gym if you ducking my calls and sit you down and talk to you, because this ain't it, yo. And especially motherfuckers that used to be close. Over boxing? Boxing? Come on. Come on. Now, there's probably stuff that I don't know about, and stuff that, when I was their age, I was a hothead. So when I was their age, I would have tried to take somebody's head off for. But I'm just asking you, do it in the confines that it's going to make you a shitload of money. Not out here in that street where you could lose your life or you lose your freedom. I'm just saying. I think both kids are exceptional young men. They definitely have some growing to do from what I've seen. And I think that the sky's are the limit for them. And when they become my age and they look back at this situation, they're going to see how they could have handled things differently. And I'm trying to use my words very carefully in this situation because young men, especially in this generation, have a tendency to get sensitive if they feel like you've slighted them. And that's not how I want to come off. I want to come off as an older man that's made plenty of mistakes and understands where he went wrong and don't want you to follow behind those footsteps. So I hope this message gets to y'all. It ain't worth it. And shit, if y'all could talk it out and somehow rekindle your friendship, because life is longer than your boxing career. And what's important in you now isn't going to be important in you 15, 20 years from now. So, yeah, Bud and Bud and Benavidez was wild. They were wild. Salute to you, bro. Just the want to let you know y'all did excellent work. Y'all did excellent work. Great job on camp. Great game plan. Great performance. And I definitely would love to sit down with you because the only people that really get you is Fight Hype, my man Ron. And he always speaks very highly of you. And I don't think you get your flowers enough as a coach. Not saying that somebody in the camp does over you or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't think there's a light shine on you enough and what you bring to the table. Yeah, I feel like Boots doesn't deserve his shot. He does deserve his shot. He earned it. He the mandatory. That's the fight I want to see. And I feel like there isn't a welterweight out there that can beat Boots, and that has to be proven. So, shit, I would love for Bud to prove. I would love Bud to prove if Boots is the goods or is not the goods. Shit, if he's gonna move up to 154, then go ahead. And Boots will fight for a vacant and face the other guys for his era. Yeah, MD. It's like that. Oh man. I'm glad. I'm glad social media really, really wasn't prevalent like that when we were young. Like nowadays, social media is some of these kids everything. And for us, if all my mistakes were on social media, oh my god, I can only imagine. I agree, Kuda. I think Boots is the best fighter in boxing. He just got to prove it. He just needs the fights to prove it. But that's my opinion, though. If you want to look at who's pound for pound number one is Terence Crawford, based off of resume, based off of resume, a lot of ability, and he got a chance to prove how great he is. I just want Boots to have that same opportunity. That's it. I want Boots to have the opportunity to prove me right, to prove that I'm a genius. Boots is a fucking animal. We need to promote him as much as we can. Yeah. What's good, BJ? What up with you? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Shouts out to North Philly. That's how I feel, though. That's my opinion. If I think he's the best of the world, I'm entitled to that. I just want him to have the opportunity to prove it. It's easy to say when a dude's not the best if he can't get the fights. Like, I feel like dudes play this game with Boots, like, oh, he's not this, he's not that, then come up with reasons of why the guys that would prove if he's this and that shouldn't fight him. That's not fair. That's not fair. Uh, you know, they do business with Espinosa. The only thing I can do is I can put pressure on Espinosa when I see him and ask him questions about when the Boots going to get his title shot, when his Boots going to get, a big fight, and etc. I can't tell them what to do or how to handle their business. When is a name going to accept the fight, though? All I hear is dudes giving out reasons of why they shouldn't fight him or reasons why they don't want to fight him. That's all I'm saying. I've always thought I've always thought Boots was better than Earl, but he has to prove it. He has to prove it. I agree, Jay. And the reason why I agree is I felt like Bud felt like he carried her. I felt like, and I don't want to be really, really careful about how I say this, but I think Bud actually likes Earl as a person, and I don't think that he wanted to. Like, of course, he's a boxer. He wanted to win the fight, but I think after a while, he didn't want to hurt Earl anymore. That's not going to be Boots. I felt like Bud could have got Earl out of there in 4 or 5 rounds. That's not going to be Boots. It's not. Boots isn't going to have compassion or the same level of compassion for Earl as Crawford. My man Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez. You can't call him the best until he finally gets a chance. Says he has the potential, but saying he's the best is a casual statement. Let's be real, you trolling. No, I'll give him my actual perspective. I think he's the best based off of what I've seen. Now, if you ask me who's my pound for pound number one, my pound for pound number one is Terence Crawford. I think that Boots will prove me right as being the best fighter in the world. Not the guy with the best resume, but the best fighter in the world when he gets those opportunities. You heard, E? Talk this shit, E. Talk that shit. Oh, in an actual fight, he has speed, he has power, he has a chin, IQ, footwork, defense, highly skilled. There's nothing that Jerron Ennis doesn't lack as a fighter. Never lost a round. I don't know what else you want me to say. Now, has he faced the best opposition? No, but y'all dudes was telling me that Terence Crawford was the best fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford's resume wasn't on par with some of the guys that y'all consider better than them. But your eyes told you that Terence Crawford was the best fighter in the world. Earl had a better resume than Terence Crawford, but your eyes told you that Terence Crawford was better than him. And then when Terence Crawford beat the shit out of Earl, you were proven right. And what I'm saying is, Geronimo, in my opinion, is the best fighter in the world. And when he goes up against any A-level fighter or any fighter that you feel like is the best, I think Geronimo's going to whoop their ass. The greats, Mayweather, Crawford, Shakur, no boots. I can't consider Shakur and Boots great yet. Mayweather and Crawford, yeah. Shakur and Boots haven't proved that they're great yet. Me saying you're the best fighter in the world doesn't make you great, right? Greatness is proven. So, like, great is all time great, and Terence Crawford is all time great now. Oh, appreciate you, Red. We had already talked about that topic and about Terence Crawford fans and YouTube content creators. We already touched on that probably like 30, 40 minutes ago. But I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Keep doing your thing. I only know one Red Spikes. So uh it's looking like that's definitely who that was. But in short, I'm about to head out. I just want to say again, yo, the platform is specifically for different perspectives, right? It doesn't always suit whatever I feel. It's not always going to suit whatever you feel. But my platform is specifically a bunch of dudes' perspectives on sports, and you decipher which ones you agree with and don't agree with. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate on nobody. Appreciate you, youngest MVP, man. Thanks for the love. Stop giving Boots too much credit. I'm mad. I'm mad. Give Bud. I don't understand that, but appreciate the $2 super chat. But yeah, um, do I think content creators hate on Bud? Yeah, hate on a bunch of fighters that they shouldn't. I don't know if dudes are trying to be shock jocks or dudes are trying to, or dudes actually believe the shit that they say. I've seen a lot of lies on specifically Terence Crawford. And I understand that y'all fans, y'all get mad because y'all feel like Terence Crawford isn't getting the credit that he deserves. But that's not everybody that may disagree with a certain narrative that you believe. Not everybody feels a way about Terence Crawford. It just may be a situation that, I think is this way, you think is that way. But that doesn't mean I have anything against that person. I think there's content creators that I actually do. I'm not one of those dudes, though. Like, I was on here, and if that was Terence Crawford, coach, I have no issue with telling him who I think is going to win between Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford is a great fighter. I think Terence Crawford is an all-time great. He's proven that. But I think when the time comes, that Jaron will beat him. I stand on that. I stamp that. And if Terence Crawford beats Jaron, ain't gonna be no excuses. Just like when he beat Errol. See, prime example. Mill City, a casual, he a butt hater like you. Mill City is one of the biggest Terence Crawford fans. Like, see, that's prime example, right? He don't even in his mind, if you say anything that doesn't necessarily agree with what he feels, you a hater, you a casual. Mill City is one of the biggest Bud fans. One of the biggest. Mill City got into tons of arguments with dudes about how Terence Crawford was a much superior fighter than Errol Spence. That's what I'm talking about. You just proved my whole life to be true. This is what I'm saying. Terence Crawford fans, the way that I'm saying there's a lot of content creators are wrong with how they cover boxing and how they treat the fighters. You are wrong with how you treat us. Not everybody's against Terence Crawford. Not everybody's against Canelo. You didn't even know that this dude was a big fan of Terence Crawford, but you made a snap judgment because he might have said something that you didn't agree with. Y'all do this shit all the time. It's not right. It's not right. Weedy. Why assume you had Earl? I never had Earl. I always said it was a 50-50 fight. I had Boots. So if you want to like stamp something and then like use it against me, I said Boots will win. I said Cool Boy will win against Inoue. So if I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about that. That's what I'm wrong about. That you can really get me on that. I thought Cool Boy would get Inoue. So I'm wrong about that. Earl and Terence Crawford, I saw it going either way. And I wasn't really comfortable while making either pick because any given day I felt differently. I knew Terence Crawford was a better fighter than Earl, but I didn't know if Crawford could take away his jab or be physically strong in the clinch. And could he handle that wear and tear, that pressure, and that pace that Spence will put on you? And he could. And he could. Another $2 from my biggest fan. Put Bud on Mount Rushmore already. We love Bud. Now I can't put him on Mount Rushmore. That's hard. That is like that is damn near. Appreciate you, Kyle. Yeah, I interviewed. That's Freddie Rojas, real talented kid out of where's Freddie from? Freddie might be from like Texas. Really talented kid. Um, just signed with Samson Liquors. Yeah, he said it was 90-10, and Freddie was right. I didn't agree with it. It was 90-10. I thought it was 50-50. But Freddie was right and we were wrong. Marty's not a casual. Marty's a manager. He's a manager and a judge. So can't classify Marty as a casual. But yo, I gotta slide, man. I gotta go to sleep. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hopefully, we have a better understanding of each other's positions. I'll let y'all say y'all piece. I said my piece. And, for the dudes I block, find a channel that suits your boxing needs. This ain't for you. But for everybody that stayed and supported, even if you didn't agree, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I appreciate y'all giving me a chance to live my dream and make a living just talking sports. Like, who am I? I'm just a regular guy from Philly. I'm from the Logan part of Philly. I love what I do, and I love those that allow me to do what I do, whether it's a promotional company or whether it's a boxer, trainer, or a fan. Man. So, thank y'all. Uh, we out, man. We out.